You'd think when your wife takes a trip to Miami with the girls for spring break, the last thing that you would want to hear is rhythmic patting and throaty grunts, but it actually gets worse than that. So, after her plane lands, I'm being a good husband. I'm not being overbearing. I'm just calling her, making sure she got there okay. She says, yeah, honey, flight landed. Everything's cool. We're going to the Airbnb now. I said, bet. Later on in the evening, I hadn't heard from her since, which is fine, but it was getting late and I was about to go to bed, so I decided to give her a call. As soon as she answers the phone, she starts to giggle, and I thought, wow, she really misses me, like she's very excited for my phone call. But no, I was wrong, really, really wrong. We eventually stopped laughing, and I asked her, what's going on? She goes, oh, sorry, he's just being a real tickle monster. Now, at that point, I was taken aback, but I wasn't alarmed yet. I was like, woo, daddy, so who's he? And she's like, oh, nothing, just this really nice guy that's taking us out on his boat. No pun intended, this is where the tide started to turn. But don't worry, I didn't lash out or say anything crazy or weird yet. I was too busy giving her the benefit of the doubt. Loving husband, remember? So I just chalked it up to platonic horseplay, and I decided to go on about my night and go to sleep. In a relationship, do you know that feeling that you get in the back of your head when you just know your loved one is getting mauled? That's what I was feeling. But then I overthought and consequently told myself that I was overthinking and I was being crazy. So I called her the next day. Now, as the phone's ringing, the only thing I can think of is how I can't afford a boat or to live in Miami. But then she answers and I have to straighten up quick. So it's loud in the background, but I can still hear her. So I decided to ask her about the night before, how everything turned out. She said, oh, it went fine, but I got too drunk. Luckily, Aguardo let us stay at his house. Me trying to keep my cool, I was like, woo, what a nice guy, Well, what are you doing now? So she's telling me how she's drinking and her and her friends are about to go out to the club. And you're in a very bad spot in the relationship when her going out to the club sounds better than the alternative. Me being back at the house, being landlocked and bored, I start thinking, man, I should just cheat on her. She's doing it to me. So boom, I open Instagram. So I'm on Instagram and I'm swiping up and I'm swiping right. And then I open the messages and I decide to go DM diving. And when I tell you I unloaded a whole 50 in the DMs and not a single of them knocked back, I mean it. But I thought it was a sign from God. She's not cheating after all. I don't call her at all the following night because I reek of shame and guilt. I wait till the night after. And that's when I hear it. Yep, she answers the phone and it sounds like a damn 40 going off. Bah, bah, bah. And then simultaneously I begin hearing the throaty grunts. Now I'm not going to try to replicate it, but you can imagine the pain I was feeling. So feeling defeated, I broke the lease, packed my bags, left her homeless, left Nashville, and headed to Chattanooga.